Charles. Charles Bear. CharlesBear-dot-US. Don't even know where to start. Got so many things going on, so much to do. It's kind of hard to get yourself to come and record something in a consistent manner. And if it's not hard for you, more power to you. It's not that I don't know. How much do I really want to share with the world? Do I enjoy the anonymity of my own thoughts? I want to tell you something. I like these Edge computers. I don't know anything about their quality, whether they're any good. I love the pictures. Look at that. That's a go anywhere, have internet, huh? That you have 4G. So I want one. I'm just nervous about clicking and find out how much it is. What I use now, I paid $59 for it. And you can get them on eBay cheaper. So, with that in mind, got to talk in a certain monotone so you stay inside the parameters of the LED reader. Alex wants vintage knobs. That was funny. Been a busy day. Been a busy day yesterday. Ran a 30-hour stream, which is pretty cool. That's when it finally said, nope, almost 31. That's when it said, ouch. Mount Solon, here's the latest search now. Okay, I finally come up on top for myself. 1, 2. I got 3 videos in the first part of the screen. Oh, you want to hear this? Yeah, I totally. All right. That I know why they put that there. Oh, look at that. Somebody tagged our bridge. Yeah, it's tagged. This is from the point of view of right on the curb of North River Store. If you ever come up to Mount Solon, I'm sure stop in North River. It's a true country store. It's not like going to a 7-Eleven where it's all clean. That kind of bothers me. Well, it's for small fires. it's the fire department's clown car. Those guys show up to put your campfire out in natural chimneys because you panicked. Oh no, it jumped the rocks. What do we do? Pour beer on it. Oh, not the liquor. Flash fire. It's a nice looking little fire rescue. It even has lights. I don't know why that's on, but wait a minute. I don't hear a siren. I'll tell you why they got it. They got this so that they could go hunting. It's the fire department's hunting vehicle. It's got a box on top so you can carry something. They're carrying jackets. It's hot. All right. 4 years old. Top of the Mount Solon. There's Dwayne. He's recounting something. Recounting or telling the story. Yeah, it says recounts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, got to recount it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, count it again, man. 1, 3, 5, 7. Natural chimneys. Awesome. That sacred crow guy. All right.
Natural chimneys in Augusta County, Virginia. I've really been enjoying making these videos. I enjoy getting out of the apartment and going out hiking, and it seems like every time I do this, I learn something new. For example, in the last recent videos, I've discovered that I am evidently incapable of pronouncing the word old. They're getting a little old. A little old. Old. Now I'm just starting to sound like Davy Jones. Shucks.
All right,
Your apple is starting
how many people
to
watch
look old.
this?
What? Stop looking at me like that. Natural chimney.
Yep. Sometimes you just gotta live with a little quiet. Amanda's run. Finally, okay. Eric Miles. He has 3 subscribers. He has more than me. I got 0. I'm telling you, it's 0. Anyway, getting ready to make a fire. I've got no choice. It's chilly. It's 64 in here. It's gonna rain. They're calling for a big storm. Right now, lazy 150, 1.5. Yep. 1.6. They're still trying to push that computer. I'll clickety clickety clicky on that computer. I love that setup. Look, they want to talk. They want to talk. I haven't even read what they want to say, but I'm sure it's hi. We like you. I said, well, of course you did. Add your own SIM. Activate your SIM. Select your 4G system. That's reading it backwards. So we do live in idiocracy. This is my. This is my directions. I picked up a Bluetooth speaker. I don't think I'm going to keep it. I'm not. It's okay, but it's not what I want. It's okay. I like the bass. It's heavy. It does well. Yeah. But they actually write something in there and then here. But otherwise, we are Egyptian. Look at, follow the symbology. The symbology. I know I could work a desk at a medical lab or a hospital. Oh, look at that. We're there. That That one's funny too. There we go. See, I can work it.
There's no such thing as a perfect writer. This is why I use Grammarly to check my work.
If I'm putting commas in...
Hi, I was in an army experiment, and I'm not feeling so well. I think it might have been the drugs they had me on. I've been hallucinating. My head is just killing me. My joints are all achy, and Is this a hospital, or... I don't even know where I am.
Please proceed to the diagnostic area on the right, and have a healthy day.
Oh. Thanks.
Oh, that's for me, man. That's work for me. I can do that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and create. It's me. That's me. I can get things done. It's nice to be able to get things done. Let's create. Really? I'm all credentialed out? Let's see. Alright. Oh, look at the light. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Look at my halo. Yes, I'm blessed. Yes, I am blessed. Thank you, Lord, for such a beautiful day. I know that we need water, so thank you for the rain. And thank you for the wood that's going to keep me warm. Because I'm chilly and I got to do something about it. So it's to the stove we go. Mount Solid, welcome to the stove. Yeah. I'm going to warm the old joint up. You're going to lift my back for a little while. Okay. Oh, well, let's see. When I refresh this, what happens? I refresh, nothing new there. Let's see if it's showing a lot. Oh, there it is live. Nothing new there. Desktop audio. Desktop audio. Desktop audio. Hey, the stove needs to be taken care of. What are you going to do? I don't know. I'm going to panic. I need to clean glass. Need to. Oh, see, everybody's got to have a fire extinguisher. That's important. That's what's important. There we go. Welcome. Welcome. Ah, things look closer than they are. Recycling. Uh-oh. Let's see what you hold. All right. Remove soot deposit. It's chilly out. So, there's a gun show in Rockingham this week, I understand. I'm going to go to that. Yeah. Now, I've never cleaned this glass. I'm pretty lazy when it comes to this stuff. But I cleaned the front one. The end of just in the middle of the winter. And it's still clean. Yeah. Work. Worried about cutting my hand accidentally or something. I got it right there. Just hit the doorknob. Look at that. I know how to clean. Alright. I'll be able to see that far. Let's see. Alright, this cleaner again. Awesome. I've had this over a year now. And I go to shake it, it's still full. This thing it's gonna last me a lifetime if it stays wet. You can see my shadow. I see a smudge. Something smudgy. Nope. That's not smudgy. That's his old Woody. Woody Woodwick. Woody Woodwick. I gotta try to decide how I'm gonna. Will that make you sick? You gotta concentrate on that fire. Maybe that'll work. Alright. How's that look? What? Ain't no chat. What? No chat? No. We're cooking. studio. Running somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,800 CFMs in a circular motion down there. Cleaning it with blue light and HEPA filters and charcoal. Yep. That fire's looking good. Yeah, I think the camera needs to be lower. Look at those triangles. Oh, 2, 2, 3. Uh-oh, 2, 2, 3. What am I trying to say? It's 2, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. That glass cleaned up nice. I gotta get a better chair, man. This one makes my legs fall asleep. Makes them fall asleep. We'll come back to it. We'll come back. I'm gonna clean my glasses. I smudged them. Now I can't see out of the bifocal. Or the lower focal, upper focal. The bottom, lower. We'll see. I'm never happy. I can always kind of see something in them. Just like that glass over there on that stove. I saw something in it every time. Don't know what, but I saw something. Gotta get my level up a bit more. Talking too soft. I can see that it's not registering all the way up, but I have it set up so it'll hear both sides. Talk softer. Maybe that is a bitter. Little better, little better, little better. All right. My nose is now itchy. We have 2 active weather alerts. Flood watch. There's me, Augusta. What? Hey, monitor your forecast? Well, no. I guess I'm going to monitor the forecast. Better monitor it. They told me to monitor it, so we got to keep an eye on this thing as it rolls. I can't really tell. I can't tell when the heavy weather is going to get here. I'm not sure. Let's see. National radar. Oh, but national. There we go. There we are. Okay, if you're not looking at the whole picture, then you're not seeing the magnitude of things, or the minimitude, the maximitude, the minimitude. I do like. This works out. This is, for what it is, it's fine. I was in here balancing my phone on a book instead of this. It's too lazy. I just didn't want to go grab it. So while you guys are all thinking about sew, I can't stop the sew. I keep sewing. So stitching time will stay 9. 66 now. 40% humidity. I gave it purpose. See? Oh, I knocked it off its purpose. It's magnetic. And everybody should have these. These are expensive twist ties. All right. Real ID. This is real. Okay, they're offering. Now, I didn't know I could refuse it since it's an offer. If it's an offer, it means I can say no real ID, please. But I have a sneaky suspicion about this whole October 1st, 2020. Will the polls become secure federal facilities? Will they? Homeland Security is in charge of elections now. What? The rents. Yeah, we're gonna watch this. I'm okay so far. I ain't getting doodly. I'm hoping it misses me. It'd be nice. Unisys used to have a satellite where you could watch the photos from out, and wherever this thing was taking pictures from, you could see stuff coming past it. So things were coming in from behind where they were taking the photo. And they have a hemispherical mode. I don't know if it exists anymore. I haven't checked. Let me see. Weather. Sunrise, sunset. There it is for that. But it gives you a better understanding of where the clouds are coming from. I like that picture. I'm not going to go find it. Check it out. I have no subscriptions. Right here, that's me. I'm a non-player character. It's hard for me to say. NPC. Non-player character. I can't do it. There's something. I'm a non-player character. Oh my goodness. How many people are non-player characters? I know people who read comments. And when they read comments, I ask them, how many, does anybody have an obligation not to cede comments? Come in and, come in as another character and say something. Right? Gotta have a foil. I'm glad I read this. I saw it and I threw it down because it just made my stomach turn. Just its existence. So there's two. There, if you have a real ID, because all other IDs aren't real. Who knew that there was no real ID till now? And 2020 October 1st, they're gonna force it. So, well, no. Well, necessary. Which is interesting because this has now made all DMVs federal. They've got a They're federal. There's no independent state. It's all federal. Renz had good guests on. He had 3 diverse guests this morning. And let's see if Holland was the last guy. And he actually, no. Okay. Third guy was Holland. Not these guys. This was not the third guest. His name's Holland. I think he's replaying it this morning, and I think he'll replay later on this afternoon because his network has got David Duke and him, and that's it. Maybe more. I don't know. I didn't renew it when my credit card ran out. But
down within a few days of going online in late March of '95. The one of the preeminent Jewish organizations, the Simon Wiesenthal Center.
yeah, he's got Stormfront on now. You know, you got. If you're gonna watch CNN and Fox and Napolitano, you gotta listen to everybody, man. You gotta listen to. You better be paying attention to that Nation of Islam too. Nation of Islam. Nation of Islam. Can't sue everybody. Comedian says he saw Trump snort Adderall. Jeez, man. Who the fuck cares? Oh no! He snorted something. Oh well. Guy's a movie star. He's appearing in the greatest movie ever, his life. Aren't we all? And like, he owes you something? That fucker, he doesn't owe anybody anything. The people who voted for him, he seems to really be trying to help them, but he's got to just call out the militia because, they're not following his orders. And since he's not calling out the militia, that might just mean that he's a dupe. There's always that chance. Everything is just crazy. Now, David Holland was the third hour guest this morning. And he came across is understanding the system pretty accurately. I'm going to paraphrase what he said, and I happen to agree with it. And what he said was the judiciary is weaponized. Of course it's weaponized. It's all military because we all are known by the flags we fly. The Oakleys that I wear, that's a flag. The Tommy Bahama to stay warm, that's a flag. 32 below that I have on my chest and on my rear end, those are flags. And then Union Boy. Yep, Union Boy pants. And by the way, I'm a true male. Because true men go to trading store and that's it. I have a few go-to stores and I'll rattle them off to you. It's Costco, Whole Foods, Harbor Freight, Home Depot. And then everywhere else I go are industrial specialized type stores. That's what bears do. That's what bears have to do. They have to create fires to stay warm because Beast has been running. Beast ran the other day all night because I didn't have a fire going. I have to dig out my wood or purchase more wood or what have you. Can't swing the chainsaw very well anymore. Last time I did, I tripped and fell and tried to cut my leg off. That's enough. Okay. Yeah. God didn't want me to lose my leg, so I'm not going to try to prove him wrong. Trump can't get a single ounce of space. Who wrote the poll? CNN. Millennia's poll numbers plummet because CNN said so. Because not the news. See, not the news. See, not the news. CNN, see, not the news. CNTN. See, not the news. That's my new TV station. Let's go get that domain. CNTN. Hey, this is CNTN reporting not live, but everything in our life is experienced through an exoskeleton. So nothing is really live, nor is anything real. We're all consciousness. Ooh, Be Afraid, New Age. There's David Icke. Part 2, CIA. We never directed him to do anything wrong. Probably had to say no to the clown. Fox News.
Minimums and fees seem to be the foundation of your typical bank.
Is saying that a tabloid publisher's deal to hush money is now endangering Trump even more. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. You know, as you look at this, what do you want the nation to know about your former
let me just tell you
being
about that
sentenced
tabloid.
yesterday?
I don't think, and I have to go check, I don't think they even paid any money to that tabloid, okay? I don't think we made a payment to that tabloid. I was asking the question, I don't think we made a payment. And then you have the other situation, and every lawyer, look, Trump didn't violate campaign finance laws, and neither did the president. Trump ex-aid. So they're saying that...
Wait, I interviewed him on my program the other day.
Okay.
That's Han von Spakovsky. Yes,
Here's
he
another
says
one.
that.
Michael Cohen pled guilty to something that's not even a crime. Wait a minute. These are campaign. Nobody, except for me, would be looked at like this. Nobody. What about Congress, where they have a slush fund, and millions of dollars is paid out each year? They have a slush fund. Millions. They don't talk about campaign finance anything. Have you ever heard of campaign finance list? Have they listed that on their campaign finance sheets? No.
Well, as I've covered that story, I'm waiting for them to dig into the slush fund.
Number one, they say it's not a campaign finance violation. Number two, or it's not even under campaign finance. Number two, if it was, it's not even a violation. Number three, it's a civil matter. You know, President Obama had a really big one from 10 times more money, much more money. And you know what? He paid a fine. I'm the only one that this happens to.
So Robert Ray, former special counsel for Whitewater, was telling me on the program yesterday what you're saying, that if this happened, he said, you know, he couldn't see grounds for impeachment over that. He couldn't see grounds for indictment over that. That's his opinion, but it's an informed opinion that I've seen, that there's not settled law in that anyway.
These are the people that ran the FEC, Federal Elections Commission. These are people writing stories that Trump did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong.
So, Mr. President, let's get into, if we can, Michael Cohen. He was your attorney. 3 years he was sentenced yesterday, and it may seem like he got a break because it could have been twice as much, but it's still 3 years in federal prison, $500,000 in restitution. This was someone who surreptitiously recorded you
Terrible.
is now known as a criminal liar. Yet this was someone who was in your inner circle.
Yeah. Well, it happens. I mean, look, it happens. I hire usually good people, but it just happens.
Why did you hire Michael Cohen? He was known as a fixer.
I'll tell you what, first of all.
That was his title,
he did
a
very
fixer.
low-level work.
Why did you need him?
He did more public relations than he did law, but he did stuff. You'd see him on television. He was okay on television. But years ago, many years, like 12, 13 years ago, he did me a favor. He was on a committee, and he was so responsive and so good. And I said, he's a nice guy. I shouldn't
Wait a minute. That was the favor?
Years
because
ago.
People have been asking, well, what is the favor that he did the president? He was on a committee with you.
He was on a committee. It was a condominium committee many years ago. And he was a very big supporter of mine on that committee. I did a great job. Trump World Tower. It's a very tall building right opposite the United Nations. And when you build a building, people always get together at the end and they make a settlement with the owner. They say the ceiling wasn't painted the right color or something, you know, stuff. Sometimes serious stuff, but in my case, it was a great building. And he was on the committee. I thought he was a great guy. I thought he was really a nice guy. He was very supportive. And I liked him. And he was a lawyer. And because of that, I did it. And you know what? In retrospect, I made a mistake. Because what he did was all unrelated to me, except for the 2 campaign finance charges that are not criminal and shouldn't have been on there. They put that on to embarrass me. They put those 2 charges on to embarrass me. They're not criminal charges, number one. Now, that's according, Harris, that's according to the top
And I've interviewed people who've told me this. I mean, you watch the program,
So
you know.
what happened is either Cohn or the prosecutors, in order to embarrass me, said, listen, I'm making this deal for reduced time and everything else. Do me a favor, put these 2 charges on. They're not criminal charges.
I want to move on.
And they
from
weren't
this.
for President Obama either.
I have one last question. Michael Cohen says that he lied in order to protect you.
Yeah.
What's your response to that?
Let me tell you, I never directed him to do anything wrong. Whatever he did on his own. He's a lawyer. A lawyer who represents a client is supposed to do the right thing. That's why you pay them a lot of money, et cetera, et cetera. He is a lawyer. He represents a client. I never directed him to do anything incorrect or wrong. And he understands that. Look, he did some bad things unrelated to me, maybe related to his other clients. I wasn't his only client. He had other clients. He did some bad things. And income tax evasion, I heard about taxi cab, I heard about a lot of things. Now, I'm not reading about any of that stuff, because what he did is he made a deal to embarrass me. In order to embarrass me, they cut his term down. Pretty terrible stuff. Let me tell you the other thing. His father-in-law is a very rich guy, I hear. His father-in-law, I thought, was the guy that was the primary focus. Well, what did he do? Did he make a deal to keep his father-in-law out? Did he make a deal to keep his wife, who supposedly, maybe I'm wrong, but you can check it. Did he make a deal to keep his wife out of trouble? Now, how many people, when they say, listen, if you embarrass the President of the United States, we'll give you a deal. Your father-in-law, your wife, we'll cut you jail. That's all it is. It's a terrible system we have. It's going on right now with General Flynn. The FBI said he didn't lie.
I saw your tweet on that about
But Mueller said he did lie. So they took a man who's a general and a respected person and a nice man, and I don't even know what he said about me, because, you know, maybe they scared him enough they don't make up a story. But I have a feeling that maybe he didn't. He's a tougher kind of a guy than Cohn. But they took a general that they said didn't lie, and they convinced him he did lie, and he made some kind of a deal. And now they're recommending no time. You know why? Because they're embarrassed that they got caught.
All right, let's move on. So you mentioned Ohio, so I'm going to bring up John Kasich, and I'm going to bring up Arizona Senator Jeff Flake, because they say they may run against you in 2020.
I hope so.
But look at the new Fox polling today, which has your approval rating at 46%, which is just a couple ticks off of your highest point in Feb of 17.
But it's higher than Obama. It's higher than Obama.
What is your reaction today to getting that number? It's still below 50, but 46% approval.
Well, I think it's amazing, because I only get bad news. I only get bad stories. You look at the paper, it's all nonsense. That if it were even a campaign contribution, is totally legal. You look at stories one after another, they're all legal. The great lawyers that do that stuff are saying there's nothing illegal.
All right, we'll get to that in a second.
Wait a minute. I mean, I get such bad news. So when you tell me I'm at 48, like Rasmussen, I was at 50 in Rasmussen. When you tell me I'm at 50%, I say, how can I possibly be at 50%? When I open up China, like I'm doing right now, nobody reports it. Now, the Wall Street Journal...
But we're talking about it.
Yeah, well, that's because, you know, I'm here and we're talking about it. But no, No, it's on the front page now of the Wall Street Journal
Yeah.
because nobody's ever seen anything like this. But it won't be a big story on NBC or ABC or CBS, and CNN won't even cover it. You know, that's total fake news.
What do you say to these men who think they have a shot in 2020 and you're sitting at 46 and it really hasn't moved all that much? And let's be honest, there have been some bumpy trails along the way, and weathering that with this type of approval rating. What do you say to a
I think
Kasich
you have the
or a Flake?
greatest base in the history of politics. I have people that I love and that love me, frankly. That includes a lot of women. I got a tremendous percentage of women last time, remember?
You are an entertaining man. He's so fucking entertaining. I love it. I love it, man. Take it for what it's worth, man. You know, criminals calling criminals criminals. Criminals calling criminals criminals. Criminals. Yes, yes, yes. We're all criminals. Maybe that's... I don't know if people are actually figuring it out. But let's go to the White House. God. Such a dreary day. Another dreary day. We're down to... I've lowered it 4 percentage points this morning. I'm down at 37% humidity. I'm up to 70 degrees. We're going to have to check in on the fire here in a moment because I'm going to set it down a bit. I don't want it to get too warm. All right, let's go to White House. Okay. You know, I didn't even hear about his statement. Did you? He made one last year. I got it right here. I pulled this out of the dreary file. Everybody. Oh, wow. There you go. Everybody should do bass drum figures. I need a computer to read this for me. On presidential message on the National Day for the Victims of Communism. Yeah, I'm glad he did that. What's this? Copied. What did I copy? I don't know. What's paste? All right. Dun, 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 dun. Issued on November 7th, 2018. And he did the same thing in 2017. Today. Oh, on. Since. Well, they're keeping the same numbers. $100 million. You actually have to have the conversation about. I want to get the White House in on that. Oh, I can't do it. Yep. got it together. I got it together. It's too loud. Too loud. A little bit of a history lesson when it has to do with hating Russia. And by the way, if Russia bases their entire budget on the price of oil, supposedly. And they budget, I think you can read that at zero hedge. You know, or just Google it. Holy shit, just Google it. Wow. Duck, duck, go, man. Duck, 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 go. Go to DuckDuckGo. Go to Google. They base their entire economy on for a year budget, which doesn't mean much. Who cares if it goes over or under? But based on a certain price of oil. And Trump has started to undercut the surplus that Russia was receiving based on what they would get for the price of oil switchboard in their budget. So they have a surplus now. And then Trump starts to whittle away at it, and the irony is that he's actually, you know, causing problems for Russia by opening up and flooding world markets. The other day, Utah or North Dakota is producing more oil than Venezuela or Argentina. But he's being accused of working with Russia, but he's doing things that are in contradiction, in contrast to what Russia's interests are. So, with that in mind, it's irony. But this is one big goddamn bear silent testimony. I knew there was bears involved. Oh! Bearer. Bearer of bad news. Beers. I like beers. But there's the bear. Right there. I knew the Russians they brought bear into it. They actually were able to invoke bear. I'm twitching because this is high level brainwashing, man. Writing about the Bolsheviks. Holy cow! This is gonna get printed. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to save you for printing. You're going to be printed. I was told to monitor this. An emergency action message went out, and it says climate change will destroy us. This is Saturday, the 21st of February, 2004. Oh, okay. Yep. If anything's going to wipe us out, it's Mother Nature. Hubris to think that we could do it. We'll try. We're trying, I think. Yeah, there's people doing all kinds of stuff. In 2004, The Guardian was looking for support the Guardians. Who wouldn't support a Guardian? Once you pay for that sword, man, you die by that sword. Yeah, well, he's gonna pay more. They had the Bergios. I think I saw it. I'm not sure what it was, Netflix or Amazon. Don't remember which. But it was about the Poppy, and rebuilding Rome in the Spanish way. So, of course, will destroy us. They have until 2020, huh? Schwartz. Mr. Schwartz, we be with you, CIA consultant and former head of planning at Royal Dutch Shell Group, and Doug Randall of the California-based Global Business Network. Now, this actually turns into carbon credits. See, this is the Schwartz. May the Schwartz be with you. I can't help but do it. Schwartz be with you. Schwartz be with you. Look at me. I don't know how to spell Schwartz. Squats. Schwartz. Right, here's a good one.
Not so fast, Lone Star.
Helmet. So, at last we meet for the first time for the last time.
Before you die, there is something you should know about us, Lone Star.
What?
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
What's that make us?
Absolutely nothing, which is what you are about to become.
Yes, it's a Spaceballs.
Certified prince. Hey, I'm a prince. I'm a prince. Which means, if you hurry, there could be a princess in your future. Now, if you want to get back there before she marries Sleeping Beauty, there's a special can of fuel in your glove compartment. Good luck, boys.
Buy yogurt
And yogurt. Thanks. You're welcome. And may the Schwartz be with you. What a world, what a world. Open that glove compartment. You got it.
He's a non-carbon Schwartz. He's a holographic Schwartz. So they turned this report right here into carbon credits, I think. Small favor. Bob Watson, chief scientist for the World Bank. Well, you know. Former chair, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. He echoes that the Pentagon can't be ignored. Anyway, You can go search this up. And you can see 2004 they laid the groundwork. And then Al Gore. What did he say? Al Gore tells Russia polar caps will melt. Let's see. Astonishing failures. Did Al Gore predict Earth caps could melt by 2014? Well, Snopes says maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to Snopes. Al Gore, polar ice may be gone in 5 years. Wow. Do you think this is actually him saying it? The New American. The Gateway Pundit. Truth Out. Yeah. Snopes will set us straight. What's true? What's false? Mixed? Origin? Who cares? All right, so Snopes is piling on. Snopes is piling on. There we go. They got plenty of ads at Snopes. Channels. This will be episode 5. Done on, I think it's December 14th. Right now it's 10:52 a.m. I think we've been running almost an hour. But there's so much going on in the world, so many different things to talk about. The echo between a basketball player, a comedian, and a philosopher on the moon landings was pretty quick. I also like Tsarian, but he put up a paywall, and I don't know. David Whitehead's good. They are polished guys. They're very good at what they do. When did I download this? Okay, I got this on July 14th. After hegemony. You know, that's a word that I always gotta look up. Hegemony. I think it means dominance, right? That's hegemony. God damn it.
Hegemony.
Oh, that probably crushed my sound. I did not like that.
Hegemony.
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 Hegemony. Hegemony. Hegemony. Hegemony. Hegemony. Hegemony. Hegemony. Hegemony. Hegemony.
That was 7. Tied to the whipping post. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I was tied to that whipping post. Okay. I know I cut crossing globalisms, not liberal hegemony. Hegemony. Not liberal.
Hegemony.
not liberal. Multiplex world. A whole bunch of little theaters. That's what comes to my mind when you say multiplex. When that word's used, multiplex, UN's involved with this. I think this is a Russian. A new vocabulary of international relations. Okay. So, the new grammar of international relations. We are not city-states. We've all been ooh, a shitload of footnotes. Well, this guy took his work here seriously, because this is sure is built on some other buddy's thoughts. Unlike the West, India and China embrace globalization. The return of anarchy. Wow. When did anarchy begin? I don't know. Was it ever anarchical? Well, of course it was. I saw 2000 Space Odyssey.
Hegemony.
It was the end of
Hegemony.
hegemony. My lips don't do that. Hegemony. Money. You need an E there before the Y.
Hegemony.
Hegemony. What's its origins? German. I don't know. Britannica. Those Brits. Yeah. The dominance of one group over another. So right now, hegemony. Trump is suffering from what people are calling the deep state.
Hegemony.
And he's not getting anything done because the
Hegemony.
is thwarting his every order and giving reasons that are just absolutely vomitous for their
Hegemony.
over him. Their dominance. It's, hey man, it's the senior executive services.
Hegemony.
Senior executive services is the
Hegemony.
which is beating the hell out of Trump. The
Hegemony.
of the senior executive services gets to go into court or in front of the Congress, and since they were never really fired and can't be fired by Trump because they are the
Hegemony.
over the president, they are the commissars, apparatchik. You can't fire them. And this goes to how does Comey have? If Comey got fired, how can he have representation from the government? How can the government represent him? They can't. How can they go into the Congress? Isn't that embezzlement? If he's a private citizen, if he's been fired, obviously he hasn't been fired, because if he was fired, he wouldn't have government lawyers. That's just right there. Speaking of government lawyers, whole bunch of people right now just absolutely went apeshit over these 3 people lining up. Breitbart had a flip over it. Let's see if I can. Oh, there's Brighteon. Let me get the Napolitano. They absolutely. Let's see. It moved. There you go. Oh, here we are. I didn't hear this, and I wanted to listen to this because this is where Breitbart lost their cookies. I'm going to watch the full segment here. They can't even embed it no more. Let's see.
Judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano. 2 separate things. First, Michael Cohen, what have we learned?
We've learned that federal prosecutors here in New York City, not Bob Mueller and his team in Washington, D.C., career prosecutors here in New York City, have evidence that the President of the United States committed a felony by ordering and paying Michael Cohen to break the law. How do we know that? They told that to the federal judge. Under the rules, they can't tell that to a federal judge unless they actually have that hardcore evidence. Under the rules, they can't tell that to a federal judge unless they intend to do something with that evidence.
Okay, very important there. Now, the judge isn't throwing anybody under the bus. He is telling you, in a perfect world where prosecutors don't lie and judges don't steal, the prosecutor would never say that. But we've already got a situation where people were telling judges lies and getting warrants. So why do you think that these prosecutors are going to get in any trouble if they've made this up? And they're not making it up. Cohen's making it up. So they're going to a judge saying, as far as we're concerned, we have credible evidence because a liar, a lying rat, because that was the Drudge headlines a while back, lying rat, liar, says so. That judge right at that point should just say, get the fuck out of my courtroom. I'm sorry. There's no way you can have that evidence. And then you have, of course, now they're saying and the judge isn't doing any throwing. Breitbart's anger is misdirected. Thank you, Napolitano, for being a straight shooter. That's all he did. So far, I'm not very far into this. I'm 35 seconds into it, and it's a straight shooter. Yes. Okay, there's a felony. So what? Now, that prosecutor should be not in the courtroom, so to speak. I don't know why he's not down there prosecuting on behalf of the Congress. And maybe this is his job interview. So these career prosecutors could end up down in D.C. working for Pelosi and company. And they're going to bring a rat in front of the Congress and say, here you go, rat, listen to his test, listen to the rat. You rats, listen to these rats. And then you get it to ratatouille. You be ratatouilleing. Yeah, you be doing a little short guy who lost his wife. I liked him until he got political. Him and his politics. Yeah, he disappeared. This is beautiful right here. There's a guide. Long distance guide, general information guide, national do not call list. Hey, look, do you think these are actual? I don't think these are actual people who are in Mount Solon. I think these are stock photos put together by the Donnelly or whoever printed this. I wonder who they used. I moved to Chantel. I broke my relationship with them. Used to be North River, and anybody up here in the valley, man, a whole bunch of people had stock in it and time in it, and they got paid back something. They got paid back something. But he put a star up there, and it's a falling star. It's tipped over. It's cross-marked. Cambridge.org. There's terms. Everybody should go read this. We are falling apart. If you go somewhere with the intent of stopping something, that is exerting your will on it. So, the people who exerted their will to stop the removal of a statue. And then you had a group of other people who came to support the people who want to remove the statue and to stop the people from gathering in support of keeping the statue. There's no innocence there. And when prosecutors take sides, which is exactly what's going on in New York, the game is on. It's a weaponized judiciary. So maybe this guy who's gonna prosecute Trump for the Congress. He's definitely thinking that he's got something with this lawyer. I'm sorry. If I can't believe he's not disbarred. Has Michael Cohen been disbarred? He's got a jail sentence. All right, I'll go ahead and Google this. Is he disbarred? Okay. I'm not getting any new news. It's not saying whether or not he's actually been disbarred. But mandates. That's just citing the law. And people aren't supposed to lie. Right? People aren't supposed to lie to judges. My own personal experiences is that a lot of them just lie because they don't even know. These prosecutors don't know anything about people they're prosecuting in reality. They just come up with a narrative and spew it out. Oh yeah, look what the investigators found. The investigators found, the guy went there with the intent. What? He went there with the intent to stop them from destroying his heritage. Charlottesville was two groups. One that wants to destroy the heritage and the other the group that wants to preserve it. Neither of them is innocent. And the fact that woman went there with the intent to stop other people, and it was demonstrated, she was in the crowd. She was blocking the street. She was doing her part. She was committing violence. They were all being violent. It's just all. Trump was right. There's no good side. There's no right side. But you can see where the loyalties lie in America with certain people, and they think that their violence is excusable, and it's not. I don't know. I have to go down there. I'm going to go look at the case file. I thought they were going to subpoena and put on the podium to give his canned answer for his speech, where this professor bragged that he used a rifle with the intent of intimidating the ass clown. So it was ass clown intimidating another ass clown. One had a rifle, one had a car. It's pretty clear, the Charlottesville police are as guilty as everybody else. They sat there and let people use weapons to intimidate. I do know you can get in trouble for that. I don't know why that poor kid didn't say, hey, look, that guy right there pointed a weapon at me. Do something about it. They're just selective prosecuting. So, Virginia is no better than New York. We're all on these prisons. My prison cell is Virginia right now. But good news, I'll be able to move from prison cell to prison cell and cross borders with my 2020 compliant real ID. So, I don't know if I want to listen to any more about this Judge Napolitano. I'm sure you guys do. But to be honest with you, I can't take it no more, man. Because I want one of these. Look at that. That's everything I want. It had failover protection. The more I read this, the more I want it. Oh, wait a minute. $50,000 saving. I just heard the wood fall. The more I read this, the happier it makes me, man. Look at all this stuff. I want one. So, thank you for at least acknowledging that there are victims of communism. And we have people being victims in Charlottesville, Virginia. We have Donald Trump now being a victim of communism and a weaponized judiciary out of New York. You got the actors who are up on the stage all surrounding this is very dubious. You know, look at their cultures. You know, Donald Trump's culture, Cohen's culture, it matters. What's his culture? Let me see. He's a member of the bar. And I better refresh this. See, we're right here. And I'm showing no rain right now. So I'm not getting anything heavy. That's good. I'm hoping that it won't be heavy. That'll be wonderful. It's not. God, Mount Solon's beautiful. There's so much going on. I don't even know where to start with a lot of things. I want to tell you guys about so many different things. And then at the time I said, well, you know, you guys all know what's going on. I just figure I'd come up here, memorialize a little stuff, make it worth time. Better than just sitting in front of a screen and zoning out and watching television all day. I figure might as well be on the other side of the TV. So if you want to support this stream in any way, I got something on eBay, a router you can buy. I've got links to other items that I've showcased here on the green screens. I got 2 green screens. I wonder what would happen if I dotted this as a green screen with the lines. It'd be interesting to see. It's a good experiment. Takes time and clicks. You just got to think it out. I need my sketch pad to write it down. Otherwise, it's a brain fart gone forever. Brain farts gone forever. That's maybe what this is. Brain fart gone forever. So, got 4 episodes up. Some of them are pretty long. This one maybe is an hour and a half. It's got the fire. Let's check out the search on Mount Solon and see what comes up. Just had a tractor trailer go by and release its brakes. Oh, that's searching only me. Mountainous. Let's see. Oh, I know how to do it. Go to dashboard. That's how you do it. We'll see if DuckDuckGo has picked it up yet. No! That's one way to do it. I never put it on, so you don't know it's going yet. Mount Solon on YouTube. See? Live fire. Never put it on, so you don't know.